Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. I just want to go ahead and put it out there right now. This video has got nothing to do with my hunting channel. It's got nothing to do with hunting. It's going to be completely off base of what my channel is, which is about hunting and fishing, obviously. But I've had a few requests, a few of my subscribers, and a few of my buddies on Messenger and Instagram. They've been direct messaging me from my last video, which I haven't had that many views on it yet, but for the amount of views, I've had 100% requests, basically. So it's about 10 requests, because I've had about 12 views around there. So basically, I've had 100% view requests of how do I make my primers. I do my own primers, because right now, if you reload like me, obviously you already know primer is extremely hard to come by right now. I've been trying to buy primer for the past 3 months, and I have on notification set every single time from Midway USA to notify me when their primer gets in. Within the hour that Midway sends me the notification, it's already sold out and it's already gone. It sucks that I can't get them on time, because when I get the notification, I'm at work. So I can never beat the other people to it. So I've done this for years. I used to reload my own bullets, 270s, without a press. Now that's really difficult to do, and it's kind of dangerous to do. What I do now is still kind of iffy, I guess you could say. But you know, once you do it long enough, you kind of get the confidence to doing it, and you just kind of wing it, and you just go with it. So, doing the primer, making your own primer, is very simple, very easy. But again, because it is explosive, it's a little bit dangerous. So if you do decide to do this, make sure you use extreme precaution. I'm gonna go ahead and just put a disclaimer in right now. Basically, the warning is going through right now. If you do decide to do this, you know, I do not want to take any responsibility for whatever happens. I do this, doesn't mean you have to do it. If you decide to do it, you know, that's on you. Don't come to me if you burn your eyebrows out. I've done it a few times. It doesn't burn it out, but I've lit it up a little bit, or like little specks from the pop. So that's my 9mm round. That's the finished product of a reloaded primer, and that's a primer that I reloaded myself. And these guys are all reloaded primers with, you know, these are all my 9mm reloaded rounds. These are just for me to shoot for fun. You know, whenever I go to my buddy's house, use his range. These guys are my 6.5 Creedmoor rounds. You guys can see I reloaded that the other day. So yeah, I reload all my rounds. I reload all my primers. As you can see, I have my primer collection right here. These are already processed. With that being said, if you want to learn how to make your own primers, you know, keep watching this video, or you can skip to it. I will put the time of when it's going to be that I start making these, so you can just skip to it if you want to. I just want to put that little disclaimer in there. I just wanted to put that little disclaimer in there to go ahead and just put it out there right now. This has nothing to do with my channel. I'm just putting this video up because a couple of my subs asked me to, a couple of my buddies that see my videos asked me to, so that, you know, you can get to it, and you know, that way you can reload more. So this is what you need for reload: caps. So with that being said, you just need these guys and the primers, and you're all set. Alright, now I'm going to get to it. I'm just going to go ahead and guess that for this video, you guys don't need to see my face. All it's going to do is show you guys how this is done. I am missing something. Your plier. So what you do is, using your primer, no, your pliers, not primer. You grab your primer. This is a used primer, like I said, and as you can see, it has the mark. So you hold it on one side. You get a pin or something to poke at it that'll fit into the gap. There's 3 gaps that you could get, and it just needs to get into one of those. So what you do is you get into one of those gaps, and you just kind of pop it out. So comes out of the primer, and you get this little piece that comes out. Don't lose that because you need to put that back in. So using the same pointer, the same, whatever you call this thing, you just kind of clean the inside out and you get the used ignition out. Now, I'm going to have a little bit of a hard time because I usually don't do this on the table. I usually do it on the floor because it's harder and more durable. But what you want to do is you find a hard point on there and move this reloader out of the way. Get a small hammer. You don't need something big. You could even use a ratchet, a broken ratchet, or a wrench or anything like that. You put it inside. You kind of want to know where the strike is at, wherever you got strike. You kind of want to put the center of it to where the strike is at, and then you just, and then it'll bang out the strike. And mess up your table. I'll do it how I usually do it. Don't judge me. So normally, this is what I do it on. Alright. And with that, you have a clean primer, no strike mark. The inside is good. Well, this is actually just the primer casing. But yeah, there's no more strike mark on there. And you're good to go. So I'm pretty sure if you were to do this on your work table or something that's a little bit tougher wood, it will come out like this. That's tile on cement, and it works great. I'm pretty sure if I keep doing it, eventually my tile's gonna break. But I've already done a couple thousand of them, and it still holds. I don't do it on the same tile every time. I do this at home, so it's just the budget way of doing it. So that's what you get. That's what it comes out to be. And on to this piece now. So you can see it's 99 cents. You get 72 caps, so you'll get close to 72 rounds. The reason why I say close and not 100% 72 rounds is because sometimes, lucky for me, this one came with all of them. Sometimes you have missing caps, like the cap won't have anything in there. It takes me 1 to 2 minutes to make one reloaded primer if I didn't have to do the tutorial and kind of go along with it. But yeah, for the purpose of this video, it's going to take me a little bit longer because I'm trying to kind of give you a tutorial about it. Alright, primer's right there. So you don't want to lose that piece. That's the paper that goes in there. If you lose it, you can use like tissue paper. I recommend using one layer, like I have here, because you have to use tissue paper for the larger rifle because these won't fit it won't fit that. It's too small. But you don't want to use the whole thing. A lot of times these tissue paper or napkins, they will come in 2 layers. And 2 layers is kind of thick, so you just want to use one of the layers. So well, that's actually all you need is the little corner. That's actually too much. So yeah, that's what you really need. Now this part, always wear safety glasses or glasses or something, and you do kind of want a towel. I'll show you why. So that's on the inside right there is what you need. That's the stuff that ignites, and you kind of mush it up. Don't crimp it because it will pop on you. You just kind of like, when you close it a little bit and you leave a little bit of a gap. Just kind of break it apart, and then you just kind of carefully dump that powder into the primer. So you do kind of want all the powder to go in there. If you happen to spill some out, I recommend just getting a new one, putting it in there. You can dump it all out or you keep it all in there. You can fit, I believe, up to 2 caps into there. You don't need 2 caps. That's kind of excessive, but I've done it with 2 caps and the shoe's fine. But 1 cap is all you need. So I have one in there already. And then you know the little piece of paper I was telling you about? You want to put that piece of paper into the primer casing. And this is the part where you kind of want to be careful because it can, and if it has a chance, it will pop on you. So you just kind of put it in there, tap it in. Don't tap it too hard because it will ignite. And then that little piece. Remember that little piece? That little piece right there. You just drop it back in there. This is the part where the towel comes in. You want some kind of crimper. I use this clamp. You want something that clamps evenly, kind of like this. You know, it clamps evenly. You don't want to use a plier because if you use a plier, it doesn't clamp evenly. And one side will go in first, and then it'll pop on you. But this thing's on like, I think it was on like $2 from Walmart. You can buy the smaller one. I chose to use the big one because I also use this clamp to clamp down my reloading device because, like I said, this is my dinner table. So what you want to do is when you put this in there, you kind of want to try to even it out, like flatten it out so that it's even on all 3 prongs. And then you kind of just put your clamp down onto it. It holds it in place, kind of like that. And that's where the towel comes in. It covers the noise, and when it pops, it doesn't burn you. And you just kind of pull it to close it together. And as you can see, the thing is back in. And just like that, you have a fully functional primer. And I will show you that it works if I could find me an empty casing. I have plenty of that, actually. Here's my casings. I don't have a priming tool. If anybody wants to get me a priming tool, you are more than welcome to. I don't have one, and I can definitely use one. This is how I prime all my rounds without the priming tool. So I get this in there. Same thing. Pull this up. Put my bullet in there. Goes down to it. Press it, and then it just puts my primer back in. And just like that, I have a primed 9mm round. And yep, that's all there is to it. And does it work? So I will put this in here. And yep. I don't know, I hope you guys heard that. That's my primer. It went off. It's no longer there. It's right there. And reshot. Empty casing, of course. And that's how you reload a primer. So here is one of my 6.5 Creamores primers. And you put it right here. For this, you don't have to keep these anymore. What you want to do is, I use a scissor, you can use a needle, you use a blade, whatever you want to do. This part, be careful, don't burn yourself because you can pop it. You could pop it out that way. The little piece comes out. You have the exposed cap. Same thing with this, you just crush it up. And you want to do 3 of these. And you dump it in. For this, the other method you could do is just kind of crush it up. And then a lot of times the paper wadding will just come out. And you use your plier, just pick it out. And there you have it. Toss it out. That's 2. That's 3. As you see, 4 to use. One of them was for 9mm, 3 is for the 6.5. And you kind of want the whole thing to kind of be filled up. I don't know if you can see, but that whole cap is filled up. And then you put the little piece of tissue paper as wadding. I found that tissue works best. I have used paper, thin paper for wadding. It doesn't burn as consistent as if you were to use tissue paper. And you put that prong thing back into the, if I could get it, put it back into the center. And then the same thing, I don't know where I put it. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. This thing again. You pick it up with the prong in there. You pick it up with the prong. You put it on there. And same thing, you kind of want to try to level it out as much as possible. Put that on there and it should hold it in place. I don't have it centered, so I gotta redo it. Okay, so yeah, there it is. So there it is. It's centered. You put it in place. Put this over to protect yourself so it doesn't burn. It might pop because there's a lot, but I've gotten to where it's pretty consistent, where it doesn't pop anymore. It sits on there pretty flush. And I have a live primer round. And then you just basically trim off the tissue. As you can see, I reloaded that one pretty quick because I didn't really do much talking. I just kind of went and did it. So there it is. You got one loaded 6.5 Cremo round, or one rifle round. And it goes in, and just like before, this is how I prime all my shells. I don't have a primer, unfortunately. And you press it, and it should just like that, I have a primed Cremo round. And it goes into there, right there. I'm not going to waste that one because these are a little bit harder to do. I have a lot of fun doing them. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys have fun doing it. I get that there is a shortage of primers out there. You use 72 caps for 99 cents. So yeah, you know, we all have primers. You know, it comes out of our guns. No, our bullets, not guns. Comes out of our guns. Oh, I said it again. Comes out of our bullets. I don't know what it does to your gun. My gun seems fine. I've been shooting it. I've put a couple hundred rounds through it already. And it shoots fine still. I'm still shooting accurate with it. For handgun, obviously, I am going to go ahead and say it doesn't do anything to your handgun. Simply because I've put over 600 rounds through my handgun. And he or she still shoots like a champ. I clean it every time I shoot it. I got about 700 rounds there now. I'm probably going to eventually shoot it one of these days when I go to my friend's house. He owns a big property. He has a low range. So I might just go shoot just for fun. Because I do need to reset my scope. Because I put on new brackets. So it's not sighted in right now. I have to go resight this thing. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. I probably won't have much of these videos. Simply because this has nothing to do with hunting. This is just because somebody requested it. Not just somebody, a couple people, shouldn't say just a couple, a good amount of people requested for me to show them how I remade my primers, homemade primers basically. So I was like, you know what? For my viewers, why not? I'll do this one thing. So yeah, I get it. It's got nothing to do with hunting. You know, you reload to shoot for fun. That's kind of why you reload. You know, you want to shoot. You just want to shoot. So yeah, that's how you reload. I hope you guys learned it. Hope you guys try it out. Be safe with it. Don't hurt yourself. And if you do try it and, you know, it goes right for you, great. If it goes wrong for you, I haven't had it go wrong. But, you know, with stuff like this, it can go wrong. Just know that I don't know what I can tell you. You know, I do not want to take responsibility for this stuff. I did not invent this. I know somewhere out there somebody else has done this. Probably just haven't shared it with the world. Well, here it is for me sharing it to you guys. That's how you reload primers. So be safe, and let's all have fun with this. Peace out. Just a side note, during this video I dropped my phone and my screen is shattered.